Yes. Good evening, students. A warm welcome to my class, science class. It is 10th standard NCERT science class. Yes, today I am going to start the new lesson from science, that is the life process. Life process. All of you keep your textbook and also notebook to point out the key points. Okay. Yes, let us start now. This life process lesson, which was a very amazing chapter we have in this year. Okay. So in this chapter we are going to discuss about the nutrition and how the life process are very important in our life, and about the life process, that is nutrition, respiration, excretion, transportation. Yes, these are the very important aspect we are going to study in this class. Okay, in this lesson. Okay, it is without wasting time. So let me start the lesson, life process. Okay, so I will ask some question for you. Okay, so observe in your surrounding. Okay, what are all the things do you find? Okay, many things we can find. Okay, maybe living things are also there and non-living things are also there. Okay, so how do you identify these are living things and these are non-living things? Okay, for example, this duster is there, pen is there. Okay, so how about this? What about this? These are living or non-living things? Yes, these are non-living things. So what about living things? Yes, animals, plants, human beings. Okay, they are all considered as living beings. Yes, how can you identify whether this is living or non-living things? How can you identify? Yes, so we can identify this by their movements. Okay, we can observe by their movements. So we can say it is live or alive. Okay, so what is the reason for their liveness? Yeah, so what is the meaning and reason for their movement? Yes, this is because of the life process. Okay, easily we can say. Okay, and for example, this plant, okay, it will not move, but it is having very slight movement. Okay, but animals, they can move from one place to another place, but plants, they cannot move. But do you think it is a living things? Plant is a living things? Yes, it is a living things. Why? It shows a slight movement and also it has growth and perform many functions. Okay, in other animals also, in human beings, animals, they perform their functions. Okay, what are those functions? These are the life process. Okay, so what are life process now? What is meant by life process? That you are all come across about the life process in your 8th standard and as well as 9th standard. Okay, so how do you define life process? Okay, so life process is nothing but it is a function, it's a process. Okay, it's a kind of process which maintains the body functions, Okay, it maintains what? Body functions. So what are those body functions? Yaudu hagidre adu? Yes, these are all nothing but nutrition is there. Nutrition, respiration, transportation, excretion. Yes, apart from these, there are many body functions are there. That is, digestion is also there. Digestion, respiration, so response to stimuli. Okay, growth. Okay, and the lifespan. Like this, many life processes are there. But among these, a very important life process is the nutrition, respiration, transportation and excretion. Okay, so these are the main points you are going to study now. Okay, let us start one by one in detail. Okay, so first we are going to discuss about the nutrition. Okay. Okay. So here you could say about the all the body functions. There are many body functions are there. Okay, that you all know that. So among this, a very important function is the nutrition. So what is meant by nutrition? Nutrition is nothing but it's a process of taking food. So taking nutrients from the food is called as nutrition. Okay, what is meant by nutrition? So I will repeat again. So it's a process of taking nutrient to our body from the food. So how do you get nutrient? That is from the food. Okay, how do we get nutrients? That is from the food. Okay, so by taking food we are getting much more nutrient. So these nutrients provide energy for us. Okay, so this energy is utilized for many to perform many functions of our body. Okay, let us see how these functions are going performed in our body. Okay, of course we are saying that living organism. If you say this is an organism, so this organism is made up of organs. Okay, so that organs are made up of tissues. Organs are made up of what? Tissues. These tissues are made up of cells. Yes. Okay, so organs, tissues, cells. So what are all the nutrients you are going to take? They are finally reach into the cells. Okay, so you know that. What do you know? So all the body of living organism made up of cells. So cells are the functional, structural and functional unit. Okay, so these cells, so what we are getting nutrition, so they finally reach into the cells, the food and the nutrients, they finally reach into the cells. So this process is nothing but nutrition. Okay, from the food we are getting nutrients, so these nutrients reaches to the cells. Of course this process is known as what? Nutrition. So underline this in your textbook. Okay, so if organs are there, the many organs together form organism. Okay, many organs together form organism. If that organism is live, then it is known as living organism. Okay, so the living organism, these are all having these kind of aspects. Okay, you know that nutrition. So very first, the life process which we are getting, this is from nutrients. So what is meant by nutrients now? Excuse me, what is nutrients? What is meant by nutrients? So these are the factors which nourishes the body is known as nutrients. The factors or any substances which nourishes the body is known as nutrients. Okay, note down this is very important. Okay, so these nutrients are the process of entering of these nutrients through the food to our body is known as nutrition. So nutrition is a process, nutrients are the factors. Okay, so there is a lot of difference between, a slight difference between these two. Nutrition is a process, nutrient is a factor. Okay, which is present in the food. Okay, so this food when it is reaches to the body, then it will reaches to the cell. That process is called as nutrition. Okay, so here the mainly two type of nutrition is there. That is what? Autotrophic. What are the two type of nutrition? Autotrophic and heterotrophic. Okay, what are the two type of nutrition? It is autotrophic nutrition and heterotrophic nutrition. So this also you come across already about this autotrophic and heterotrophic nutrition in when you are in 8th standard. Okay, remember all those things. Autotrophs, heterotrophs. Okay, yes. So autotrophs are nothing but they are the plants. Heterotrophs, they are nothing but animals. Okay, animals perform heterotrophic nutrition and plants perform autotrophic nutrition. So dear students, this is a very important question for your examination point of view. Okay, so make a list of them of your own point. Okay, this is very important. They may ask this question for 2 marks. Okay, yes, let us let us study about this autotrophic nutrition in detail. Okay, so here autotrophs are nothing but plants. Okay, what are autotrophs? Autotrophs are nothing but the plants. The plant which can prepare their own food is known as autotrophs. The organism which can prepare their own food, they are known as autotrophs. Okay, so here I am going to draw a picture of plant here. In simply, this structure of plant. You know all these things. Okay, very rough sketch of plant I have written here. So these are the autotrophs. Plants are the autotrophs. Okay, so this plant can prepare their own food by the process known as photosynthesis. Okay, what is the name of the process? How it prepares their own food? How it prepares their own food? By the process known as photosynthesis. Photosynthesis. Okay, so dear students, what is meant by photosynthesis? It is nothing but the photo means that is the sunlight. Synthesis is nothing but is to prepare. Okay, so this plant prepare their own food by using sunlight. Okay, do you think is it enough? Only sunlight is enough to prepare their own food? No, they need many abiotic factors. What are those factors? So these are nothing but, so this is the plant. So it can prepare their own food by the process known as photosynthesis. Is in this surrounding environment, they take carbon dioxide. Okay, the mainly what it needs? Carbon dioxide and also the sunlight. Okay, assume this is the sunlight. When the sunlight fall on the plant, it will get light energy. Okay, mainly what it need? Sunlight, carbon dioxide and also enormous amount of nitrogen. Okay, so in our environment, enormous amount of nitrogen is there. So this nitrogen is utilized by the plant. So it is not by directly, it also through the nitrate and nitrites. Okay, and also they need water. Innen beko. So they need water, nutrients, that is micronutrients and macronutrients. So that is what's about 16 elements are there that you know about that. Okay, in the soil many nutrients are there, that is macronutrient and micronutrients, that is phosphorus, nitrogen, magnesium, zinc, chromium, like this many nutrients are there in the soil. So in this soil the minerals are absorbed through the water by the roots. Okay, so these are all the abiotic factor they need to prepare their food. Okay, what are those things? Carbon dioxide, nitrogen, sunlight and water, nutrients. Okay, by using all this factor they can prepare their own food. But what is the main thing why to prepare their own food? This is because of the leaf. Okay, so leaf is a very important point where the food is prepared in this part. Food ಎಲ್ಲಿ prepare ಆಗುತ್ತೆ? That is in the leaf. Okay, why only in the leaf? Because it has the tissue, it has the cell known as chlorophyll. Okay, plants prepare only the green plants. Okay, we should address like this. So green plants prepare their own food. Why the green plants are green in color? Because of chlorophyll, that you already know about that. Okay, so chlorophyll helps in the food production. Okay, let us see how this plant prepare their own food and that is through the chemical reaction. Okay, we have a chemical reaction here, that is what they need, mainly carbon dioxide, CO2. How many CO2? That is 10 CO2. Here the 10 is nothing but the number of molecules. Okay, what is 10 CO2 is nothing but the carbon dioxide. Okay, the process, what all process going on here, so this is represented by the equation that is known as this photosynthesis equation. Okay, so carbon dioxide, water plus water. How much amount of water? So 10 CO2, 6 CO2, 10 H2O give rise to. So with the help of sunlight, without sunlight it cannot prepare their own food. Okay, so sunlight is the main source of energy. So sunlight, chlorophyll, okay, they can prepare their own food in the form of C6H12O6 plus water. Okay, C6H12O6 plus water. Okay, so this equation is very important point. Okay, so this equation is given for 1 mark question, as 1 mark question. So it is very important. So understood here. So carbon dioxide, by using carbon dioxide, water in the presence of sunlight and a chlorophyll. So without these two, the process cannot take place. Okay, the arrow mark which is represented here, this represents the process is going on. Okay, after finishing the process, what do you get? That is the glucose. So C6H12O6 is nothing but glucose. What is this? This is a glucose. Okay, what is glucose? It is nothing but a smaller unit of carbohydrate. Okay, smaller unit of carbohydrate is nothing but the glucose, and it releases excess amount of a small amount of unwanted water plus energy. Okay, so this is the equation of photosynthesis. Okay, I hope you understand. Any doubt here? Yes. So photosynthesis is a process where the plants prepare their own food. Okay, by using sunlight in the presence of chlorophyll. So nitrogen, carbon dioxide, nutrients, nitrates, nitrites. So all these taken and they can prepare their own food in the form of what? Glucose, that is starch. There is much more difference is there. It's a single unit. This is a more unit of glucose. Okay, so starch is the smaller unit and a glucose. Okay, so plants prepare their own food in the form of starch. Okay, starch is the main stored food. Okay, so when we have many food which is having nutrients, these nutrients, they are all entering into our body, and these nutrients get digested in our body and stored in the form of glycogen. Okay, So if we feel very tired in our body after doing many works, so we feel very tired. Why? Because of loss of energy. How this energy again gains? So this energy gained by stored food in the form of glycogen in our body. Glycogen. Okay, so what are all the food you are going to eat and that releases energy? So these excess of energy stored in the form of glycogen. Okay, if you are doing continuous work, it will releases the energy getting lost. But if you are not doing any work, it always stored in your body, continuously stored in your body in the form of glycogen. Okay, so when you are in fasting period, so ಉಪವಾಸ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ತಿಂಡಿ ತಿನ್ನದೇ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಸೊ ಅಂತಹ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, so this stored energy, okay, stored energy is released into your body. Okay, so that is also main aspect here. That is what the autotrophic nutrition. So this mode of nutrition is known as autotrophic nutrition. So let us see what happened in autotrophic nutrition, that is in the photosynthesis. So mainly here, so this is what the light energy. So light energy is absorbed by the plant. So what is the first point? Absorption of light energy. Okay, absorption of light energy from the plant. Okay, so next what happened to this light energy? So this light energy, second point, converted into light energy, converted into chemical energy. Okay, so this is a very important point. The next, what happened after absorbing light energy, converted into chemical energy, and also the splitting of water molecule. Splitting of water molecule into hydrogen and oxygen. Yes, you know that. So the end product of this photosynthesis is what? End product of photosynthesis, you know, that is the oxygen. Okay, while preparing their own food, they releases oxygen. Okay, but they need oxygen for their respiration. But while preparing their own food, they releases oxygen into the atmosphere, that you know. Okay, plant releases oxygen. Why they release? Because to prepare their own food. Okay, when preparing their food, they release oxygen as a product. Okay, so hydrogen and oxygen is released by water molecules. Okay, so the next thing is in presence of chlorophyll. So here the chlorophyll is very important. So the next one is the carbon dioxide converted into, this is also very important, carbon dioxide converted into CHO. So what is CHO? It is nothing but carbohydrate. Okay, carbon dioxide converted into carbohydrate. So don't confuse here. Carbon dioxide is a air. Okay, that is present in the form of air in our atmosphere. But what is carbohydrate? It's an energy giving component. Carbohydrate is a energy giving component. Okay, yes, so these three process, okay, photosynthesis is nothing but these three processes going on in that while preparing their food. Okay, is understood now? Yes. Okay, so by this I will stop here. We'll continue in the next class. Thank you, students.